evening from Accra, Ghana. They say here Akwaba. And my name is Doreen Moracha. I am going to be the host of the Daily Show, be the ears and the eyes at the conference. And today is day one. No, yesterday was day one. Yesterday was day one of the conference. And a very lively and lovely opening ceremony. But before we reach there, let me give you updates on what happened in the morning, during the day, in the afternoon, everything that happened in between. So yesterday, ICASA 2025 kicked off. ICASA is the International Conference on AIDS and STIs in Africa. And UNAIDS is here for the 23rd edition of the same conference. And we started off with a youth pre-conference, and young people were here. They were ready. They brought their hearts out, and they want all of the things: inclusion. They want to be part of the table. They want for the rights of young people and key populations to still be heard. And they called out governments, world leaders, and all the in-betweens that happened. But it was a buzzing youth pre-conference yesterday that we had, and it ended very beautifully. That was preceded by other sessions that came afterwards. So I'm going to highlight some of the sessions that came during, after, and before the youth pre-conference that happened yesterday. So one of them was just a session that is ensuring treatment, because in 2025 antiretrovirals are in existence and nobody should lose their lives to AIDS related complications because we have medication. So there is no need, there is no reason for us to have people dying of AIDS related diseases, or rather AIDS related infections, which now we call advanced HIV disease. So basically that was what the session was highlighting about here at ICASA 2025. So the other session that came after that is ideally what has happened to us in 2025, and that is the issue of funding. So 2025 has seen funding cuts, stop work orders, communities just being left in the desert with no water. And it is time. This is a conference that is happening in Africa, and Africa carries a huge epidemic burden of the HIV disease. And yesterday, basically, there was one of the other sessions that happened was about advancing sustainable HIV prevention. In 2025, we have seen new prevention methods come up, that is long-acting prevention methods, and we still don't have them in Africa. And because we do not have them, this was a session highlighting that we need to have prevention methods that are new, that are long-acting, but also we need to find a way of sustaining them. We need to find a way of buying them by ourselves in the African region, right? So that was another session that happened, and I am going back to what happened yesterday. It was a long day. After that, we did have a very amazing opening ceremony. And at the opening ceremony, we had different dignitaries. We had the Minister of Health for Ghana was there. The Vice President for Ghana was there. The Executive Director of UNAIDS was there. And one of the things that the Vice President of Ghana is the host of ICASA 2025. So she basically spoke powerfully, again, about Africa having to finance its own health and HIV response. So this is a recurring theme in this particular conference. Most of the sessions, again, go back to the fact that we need sustainable financing in order to continue the HIV response, because at the end of the day, we carry the huge burden of the epidemic. So we do need sustainable financing. She also spoke about communities leading, which is, again, a recurring theme. Every other year, we talk about letting communities lead, letting communities be the center of the HIV epidemic. And she definitely reminded us that the continent cannot outsource its health security and that lasting progress depends on sustainable, long-term, data-driven investment. So the continent was reminded again, and it's going to be reminded for the next few days. And for the next few days, we are also going to be highlighting some speakers and some community leaders and some thought leaders on what we should be reminded of in the HIV response, considering what has happened in 2025, the disruptions that we have faced, the fact that we had to go back to square one and try to retrace our steps. So this was a very important reminder, and it's a reminder that we are going to be seeing for the next few days. And she also highlighted, because Ghana is the host country, she highlighted the Ghana's commitment to free primary healthcare starting in 2026. I did my research and asked the locals, is this coming? And they said it is coming. So it is not those promises that are made in high level panels, but it's also promises that are actually going to be followed through. So she basically expanded the aspect of long-term support for chronic conditions, and technically, because now people are aging with HIV, so it kind of is falling in chronic illnesses now as time passes by. And there was also a push. This is very interesting. There was a push to grow local pharmaceutical production, which is something that in the African context we really don't have much. A lot of the times we depend on global north pharmaceutical companies to bring us medication. So it's time for us to start having homegrown solutions, okay? And above all, she emphasized on prevention, that prevention must remain at the center of the HIV response, because true health begins with building our own strength from within. And in one of the sessions that I've been today, there has been a highlight that if we had injectable or rather long-acting preventions at the beginning of the year, when all the chaos and the drama happened, we probably would not have lost people in care. We probably would not have put a lot of people at risk who were already in as vulnerable populations. And maybe that is something that we need to keep on doing over and over and over again until we make HIV prevention to be at the center of the HIV response while advocating for better treatment options. So let me check if I have another update. There is one question that I have before I go. There is a question that is being asked, and there is an update that I have as before we wrap up. Okay, Shiva is asking, give us some tea. What are the participants saying? Hey, the tea is hot. Anywho, the tea is hot, but the participants are excited about specifically long-acting treatment. Long-acting prevention, that is lenacapavir, and also asking where the existing long-acting treatment is. Why is it not with us? Because we have heard of cabotegravir. It has been in the world longer than lenacapavir. So where is it? The participants are asking that. Secondly, the participants are asking on the issue of rights, specifically for key populations, specifically because Ghana has a controversial bill in its parliament. So the participants are worried, and they're like, is Ghana, now that it has hosted the International Conference on AIDS and STIs in Africa, and key populations are part of the vulnerable groups in the HIV response, what is Ghana going to do about this? Is Ghana going to take a right-based approach to this, or are they going to, So we are waiting to see. Those are the questions. We're going to ask them, and maybe tomorrow we're going to have somebody who will give us a little bit of context, a little bit of tea, like they're a young person, so don't worry. So tomorrow we'll have more hot piping tea. Okay? What have been my favorite moments so far? The jollof rice. Yes, the jollof rice is nice. I cannot say it is nicer than the other country, but it is nice. I will not mention the other country. Also, the community village is it's amazing, like seeing communities come out and be able to showcase their work and the work that they do in the community. Considering the fact that in 2025, we have had to go through a lot, our resilience has been tested, our hope has been tested. So we are here, and we are here to remind the HIV response that community is at the center of the HIV response. Have I tried the Shito? I don't know what that is. What is that? Let me go do research. I will come back tomorrow. I will come back tomorrow with more answers. But let me go do research on that. Otherwise, they have pepper in everything. I don't like the fact that they have pepper in everything. But what am I most excited for? I want an update on long-acting ARVs, because we have faced a lot of interruption this year and lost people to care. If we had long-acting, I will ask again. If we had long-acting antiretrovirals, we wouldn't lose a lot of people to care like we've lost today. Like in a session we had earlier, that was highlighted. So tomorrow I'm coming back with tea, I'm coming back with lived experience, and I'm coming back having tried the Shito, and then I will tell you how it is. I do not know. I am very much conflicted on the Ghanaian food. Very conflicted. I have been eating rice only to stay safe. Yesterday somebody wanted to give me banku and I said no. I like staying on the safe side. I don't. They said it's hot, it's spicy. So anywho, more spice continues tomorrow, where we are going to. I am still gonna be here giving you updates on what has happened today, day 2 of the conference, and also be bringing you a thought leader, one of my besties in the HIV response. So yeah, I'm gonna be hosting all my besties only. So anyone you see here, just know they are my bestie till the end of the week. But we appreciate you watching our daily live show and our daily updates. And tomorrow we are back here with the tea. Me having tried this Ghanaian delicious Shito, and more updates from ICASA 2025. That is all from us here at UNAIDS. Continue following us, and we will be back again tomorrow. Bye-bye.